this morning, all prepare to host the Attorney General Jubilee House media briefing. No, the Court of Appeal delivered a judgment on Sedina Tamakloe. Mijini said Ote and Sana most starting a press conference. No, when news broke, no, how did you receive it? Net was what is court no acquit discharge no.
The position of government on Sasemwe was expressed by the Attorney General in court. Indeed, many of the responses have been misdirected. You know what? You see, one of the things is you see on my women, and it's a in the analysis of issues that come. In Peninka say, or put them for you make Emma Ponchanin to 150. There's no basis, absolutely none, not one, a zero basis to blame government for anything that the appeals court has done. But my sister, I'm for air cancer condemning government. But let me repeat, there's no basis for that.
Really?
What is the basis for accusing government, Obi? If an appeals court makes a ruling, how do you blame government? You are the trained lawyer, can't you? No, what do you tell me?
No, sir. On the things that happen behind the scenes, people may know.
What things have happened, Obi? What things have happened?
I'm not saying something has happened behind the scenes. I'm saying if something happens behind the scenes, that people will not know.
No, Obi. So catch me. What has happened behind the scenes? Say it publicly. What has happened behind the scenes? And then you see behind the scenes.
What is public now is that the Court of Appeal has ruled acquitting and discharging.
So who ruled? Who ruled?
The Court of Appeal.
So who answers for the Court of Appeal's ruling?
The judiciary, of course.
So what is the basis for attacking government? So you see, we must avoid emotive responses. Facts were why you avoid emotive responses. Why? Obi, another question. Was it not the judiciary of Ghana, represented by the High Court, that sentenced
Sedina? Yes.
Only as a sentence, no. Why the case Akufo a sentence Sedina? And as MPP are buying a sentence Sedina. So how is it that when the High Court, the same judiciary, a committee will be a papa, but the same judiciary can say Yeja will be a assembly? How do we reconcile these two positions? The point is that in 2024, I think April,
yes,
High Court a committee Sedina and of sentencing to 10 years.
10 years. Sure.
I think the month after that, 9th May 2024, 2 clear years ago, and I said in an appeal sentence. Because the Attorney General, this has no court, no, Ofiabemu, January 2025, and Attorney General for buy. Attorney General for buy, no, oppose a appeal now. Said in the court.
Yes.
And appeals court SSA date for judgment. And no more a ruling. Attorney General Babontia Bekase, he disagrees with the ruling. He believes that the High Court judgment, was sound and had merit. And he will do two things. He will file for a stay of execution, and then he will appeal.
Appeal, sure.
Obi, what else is there to do at Abanye? And what would be the basis for attacking government for this ruling? How does government bear responsibility for an appeals court ruling?
And I get the sense you vehemently disagree with Omoa Ekase, and I've read posts from some CSO players because this is not good for the optics.
Obi, let me address the issue of optics.
Yes.
Why? The court of Ghana, or for that matter, the court of any other jurisdiction in this world, do they convict people for optics? And do they free people for optics? When Sedi was convicted, was it for optics?
No.
And how can we argue, say, because of optics, so obi differ, am I to, and as obi dibuma, so that optics argument does not happen. With the greatest, but it's an emotional argument, not a logical one. The judicial system is set up to ensure, say, nipa a different pet any domatu if yasi. An idea on the two if yasi. Because a human institution, the mistakes can be made. So I must say.
Yes.
So nipa na the two if yasi no. So if you say you didn't need year, and man who can say or appeal. Or appeal, like two things can happen. Either say the initial rule judgment of the court will be upheld. And I say so one of two outcomes. One outcome has come out today. So what kind of optics are? What is optics? So because of optics, I should come and block you and put you in prison so that I will satisfy public opinion. You and I know, and you are the practicing lawyer. Courts don't deal with public opinion. They don't. And found they deal only with what they believe to be the facts. In fact, even appeals court ruling, you can go higher than that.
Yes. Yes.
And Obi, in this country's history, there have been many appeals court decisions that have overturned high court decisions. In fact, after 40, it was another the MPP in appeals court overturning a
high court
submission of no case in the high court here.
Yes.
So if the same appeals court takes another decision, doesn't matter which government is in power. And how does the government of the day bear that responsibility? What is the basis for it? Yeah,
but Felix, when you look at how things happen, look at the scenario. This is someone who was standing trial or jampi bail. The trial ne also in absentia. Wama abain SSI. Abain SSI extradition so Emma Obai. Oba Ghana. There were issues. I mean, minority raising issues, or only prison, or that bimu only prison, or prison. Abide by Ebe established clearly say, or prison. About 51 days of her coming back into Ghana. Court of Appeal discharges and acquit her. I mean, how the chronology of events, may lead people to make the claims bimu make it here.
Obi, it is a bogus position to take. First of all, time Ben said na jumping bill.
That should be in 2022, thereabout.
2022, na abandon the
MPP.
So does the MPP NDC bear blame for Sedina jumping bill?
No.
Number two, so you are aware, so it was the MPP government that filed for extradition.
Yes.
They filed the extradition in 2024. So the 2 years Nana said who was to blame for the delay in filing for extradition? And then because they had already filed for extradition, there was nothing else for the NDC government to do to wait for the Americans to effect it.
Yes.
And I said the buyer, Chedi is in prison. Up until this ruling, she was in prison. Not one nephew. The claims about one thing say, or the few, is a blatant lie. I came out publicly to debunk that. And you know, it is not true. Number two, Obi, appeal now said, the ban of filing.
From the records, I think May 2024, as you said earlier.
It's May 2024, no. Can you say a NDC person of filing appeal now? So we will the issue of chronology.
Oh no, I mean, sir, based on the dates.
And then number two, which body sets the dates for judgment?
The judiciary.
If the end is necessary dates for judgment now. So the answer me.
No,
you are the one who has raised
it cannot be NDC.
So why then do you speak about chronology of events? How? The NDC was not responsible for Sedina jumping bill. That fact must be established. So if we are not responsible for Sedina jumping bill, how can we be blamed for her jumping bill? In any event, the day Oba Ghana or Kode Fiaseno, the sentence started from that day. So that resolves the issue of the absence of the jurisdiction.
Yes.
So up until this appeal, she was going to serve the 10 years, starting from the day Oko prison. So whether she was here or not before the conviction is immaterial in terms of the punishment that the state was exacting against her.
Mm-hmm.
So how do you tie the NDC with this? Does it make us emotional? It is not logical. So there's no basis. It is completely baseless. And you see, we must refrain from that kind of conduct.
Yeah, but
you cannot blame Obia on your bonnet for it. Unless you are suggesting, says, you see, President of Appeals Court, how they should govern. Do you have any evidence of any form of government interference in this?
Yeah, but Felix,
That is not chance. Do you know when they were appointed?
No, I may have to check.
They were appointed under President Akufo-Addo.
All the three?
Yes.
You are saying that for a fact?
That is what I know. So I've set out the scenario for you. So on what basis are you accusing the NDC? And now Obi claiming say they are angry at government. How does government bear responsibility for it?
Felix.
And Obi, is it the first time in our history Appeals Court has overturned the High Court ruling? In fact, what kind of case no? It was overturned. It was a very controversial, high-profile case, but the Appeals Court overturned it. And their decision stands until it is reversed by the Supreme Court.
Yeah, but Felix, I'm wondering if this is a position you've held over the years, because I recall.
Why did I hold a contrary? On what basis would I hold a contrary position?
Hold on. And I'll give you an example. Kaisa, when the Atofos and Insemne Koswa, the High Court, and all of that. I mean, we interviews over interviews. I mean, and just not you. I mean, communicators of your party in opposition, blamed the Akufo-Addo administration for some decisions and they free in court.
No, I see. In my view, the Atofos case was one of the most useless cases I mean. So I reserve the right to criticize the decision to prosecute. So I can say. But government's role ends with prosecution. Hello, did you hear me say the judge who sat on that case and after the appeals court in that case, I criticize Godfrey Dame for taking a bad case to court. I stand by it today, I stand by it tomorrow. Obi, I have criticized the judiciary before. I have criticized them on their handling of the birth certificate, have I not? I have said that so publicly. I have criticized them for their handling of the Muntio case. I stand by it. But how do you say the scenario I have set out, President Mahama should be blamed? How? Did President Mahama facilitate Sedina's exit from Ghana in 2022? One and all should be say Obebo Ghana Ashehu. In fact, it was even the court that granted Sedina the leave to travel in the first place.
Yes. So
how does the NDC come in that? And have we not followed through the tradition to bring her back home? Was she not serving her prison sentence as of the time of this judgment? And indeed, the appeal does it not long predate this government? So what is the basis for that purported anger? Say NDC about.
Yeah, but sir, one of the reasons why some members of the NDC have never forgiven somebody like President Kufuor was because of Chachuche Kata. I mean, there were allegations all over the place. Kufuor empaneled judges just to get Chachuche Kata in prison, where was the principle you were espousing today?
It doesn't drive what you are saying.
I didn't hear.
You are claiming that there are opinions on social media and that they are angry. So I've said maybe a series of questions. All of them you've answered in the affirmative.
No, this is related to you saying a man for blaming the government for what has happened today.
Is it Obi? And so somewhere in also.
I didn't hear.
Why are you telling me, say there is a nexus between Chachuche and anyway? In Chachuche's case, or court, no date had been set for the judgment. Then or court, nobody had been notified that there will be judgment that day. In fact, the president of the GBA at the time himself raised issue with that.
Asempa FM.
But so what are you alleging? President Mahama, you said that what you are suggesting?
No, I'm saying
so then what is the issue?
People blaming president and the executive for decisions from our court on political issues. No,
and
they didn't start today.
There's no basis for what they are saying. What is the basis for it? Actually, I've set out the scenario for you. My counsel in actually, which of them can the NDC be faulted for? Which of actually, and they should furnish us with the basis. You see, as a giant Sanko Ghana.
Very well.
An appeal, a process has been undertaken. You see, a year Yapona Abain did not defend the state against the appealer. Then you have a problem.
Sure.
And I'm aware.
Sure.
First of all, people have not even read the judgment. No, but I'm not going reading one sentence of the judgment. They've not even seen what the state said. And yet you are saying Abain should be blamed. How can you engage in misplaced anger? Say, why would I be justified to do so? What will be the basis for it? Is it criticizing the court is allowed? So criticize the court.
Yes.
Why? There was a judge who recently went to pick some judgment from, I think, or offensive view from Wikipedia. These people not criticize and ridicule him.
Yeah.
Can you blame government? I think government Wikipedia when it on here. Recently, judge now, okay, say Abronye was not equal before the law like others. Was he not roundly condemned?
Yeah.
So that is done. Condemning judges, criticizing judgments, is that. But I'm saying, say any claim, say Abain bears responsibility in this matter is baseless. And that must be placed on record.
Very well. Felix, my say, he said the Attorney General I promise you ever change appeal and then we
yes, and the Attorney General has even gone the step to tell you what in fact, and he was clear. So he believes that the original High Court judge had merit. That is the position of that. In fact, that is actually the position of government. Trust my face. That is the position of government. The appeals court in
you don't.
But you know, say whether you agree with the appeals court or not, their ruling stands until it is overturned by a higher body.
That's true.
That is the position of the law.
That's true.
And Obi, as for court judgments that we disagree with there, it will not end today. It will not end tomorrow. It's not the first time a month for any court in Yadin. It will not be the last time. But nobody has a right to peddle on truth and falsehood about government in this matter.
And this
simply because we are citizens.
The outcome today will not deal a blow to the fight, the oral fight.
How does it deal a blow to the fight against corruption? Obi, is it the first time in Ghana's history? Under President Mills, almost every MPP person taken to court was acquitted by the court. Did it deal a blow to the fight against corruption? Did it stop us from pursuing corrupt people? Right, Edwin Jima, I think he was the MD of Merchant Bank, Now your MPP, he was taken to court for causing financial loss to the state in some rice importation matter. He was acquitted by the court under an NDC government. In fact, was it not under an NDC government? Then also forcing High Court, appeals court is free, no?
Yes.
So is it the first time appeals court Omega Ubia Yebuano for an answer you do not say more court now? So if it is acceptable, say appeals court will free at forcing under an NPP government. Why is it a problem? And is it because of the NDC? So we are NDC here. Just because we're buying what Ben Munchino. So we need for crying for 1 2 years. Is that the logic we are espousing?
Felix, my
and the reason for that cannot be that previous court judgments have been criticized. Criticize the court by all means, but don't tell a lie about government and our NDC in this matter, because NDC may be Diaboni was acting with. The facts are very clear. There are many people who don't know. If you know to say said Naba or finally appeal me. But you and I know that has something no correct. She filed this appeal 2 years ago. 2 clear years ago. And yet it's a woman of starting the sentence, and change. But that has nothing to do with the appeal. And indeed it was not the fault of NDC. Anything and I said many Ghana. It was the court that was trying her. And a man Akwenya said on Kwabuchi one Sayamba. And this is about what 4 years ago, Meboa.
That's true.
If it was 2 clear years and not 3 clear years before the NPP left power. So they could have taken any step they wanted to bring her back. By a moment, Yashama process now completely. How do you then fault us for her absence from Ghana? Indeed, it was the same NPP government. I say, and I can offer a few on the 4th January 2025. As I speak to you, we are engaged in processes to seek his extradition. Have we not done so? So
true.
we have done the same thing that we are doing against Kenufrata, against Sedina. So on what basis does anybody seek to blame government? Especially when even the judgment, Obiankai, you've not even found the basis upon which the court arrived at that decision, and yet you are blaming government. It is patently false.
Very well.
No, we should not encourage that kind of conjecture. And then say, in the past, court judgments were criticizing. It is not a reason to say something that is not true. It's as simple as that.